up? What's up? Good, how are you?
Him right away. Right away. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. So we are live at Joel Stewart's, Tara Scott
Hey.
Family law.
Mediation Services.
Yep.
Ew.
Yep. Covering up child essay.
Covering up child essay, you guys. That's what we're protesting. None of these things can happen if we don't have attorneys willing to literally not follow what it says in their profession to be doing. Attorneys do play a very important role in how things actually end up, right? So we're here today with Eat Predators to protest Joel Schwartz, Kick Back Your Client's Freedom Playbook, Creating Peace of Mind in a World of Accountability. A real wizard behind the curtain.
He is.
So here
He's the
is
reason.
Alexa. Why
Hi.
are we here, Alexa? Tell him.
Well, we're here because Tara Scott Family Law is the lawyer that illegally released my child essay fraudulently without letting me know, put it into the stipulated judgment for a divorce agreement and released crimes.
Other side here.
Sorry, my bad.
Release crimes illegally.
Yeah, release crimes, which that's not legal technically. Ethically, that's not legal. You can't release crimes in an agreement. Just like an NDA really technically cannot release any crimes as well. A divorce agreement definitely should not be able to release crimes, especially when the person who's signing doesn't even know it's in there. No one told me that it was in there. She never told me. Laura!
And we just got joined by Laura FM, you guys.
I'm watching live. I'm sorry to stream. I was like, get my sign before I get in there.
Here, take her. Is this the one?
I want
her building.
Hi.
Don't go to these attorneys, you guys. Do not go to those attorneys. Learn from our mistakes. Learn from this.
Come on.
Yeah, because Beverly, everything.
Look at the doggies, you guys. Oh.
Beverly Hills.
It's all.
So here's the Laura FM.
What's up, everybody? We're here to expose the predators, lawyers, and people who think it's okay to protect criminals, protect crime, protect pedophilia, protect predators. We're going to start exposing all the law offices and lawyers who aren't doing the correct job, fighting for the right people. This is allowing everything like Scientology, trafficking, child trafficking, all this stuff to happen is because we have these horrible lawyers getting kickbacks and getting payments from corrupt people who need to be put in jail or who need to be stopped. They can't be having businesses being built off of this shit. It's not okay.
Not okay. Oh my God, who's this little one?
This is Julie.
Julie's here to protest.
Yeah, she has a message that she says, I do not care.
Donut.
So, merch available on Surge's store coming soon.
Yeah.
Predator of Alexa here. Yes. So we're exposing all law offices, anybody who's going to protect any sort of child.
They're in here? They're in this building?
Yeah. Tara Scott illegally released child essay in her divorce agreement and did not let me know that it was in there.
Oh, wow.
And so then when I go to sue my abuser who groomed me as a child, he's using that divorce agreement as a way to get out of the lawsuit.
Imagine that, you guys. Imagine getting out of a lawsuit over a MF technicality, like a propped up technicality.
So thankfully I'm not
And,
lawyer.
we would know a couple things about, technicalities, since Scientology is all about technicalities. It's all about, oh yeah, we really know what in the hell we're doing here in these hotels. We really know how to really weaponize the law. The law should not be being weaponized. The law should be common sense. The law should be fair. The law should be just. But when attorneys utilize their position to be weaponizing and to be like figuring out like weird ways that they can get around stuff, then that's really unacceptable. Because in what way is a justice system that purports to really be all about justice just not be doing it?
To get out of a lawsuit. So that's why we're here today. Thank you guys for being here. That's exactly what it is. I'll end up doing some chants here.
We got some people in the chat. They're popping off.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Down the Rabbit Hole News. Hi, Tina. Hi, Kay Moore.
Tara Scott protects predators. Tara Scott Family Law Mediation protects predators. Releases child SA. That's your neighbor. Hi, Tara. It's been a long time, Tara.
It's been
I'm back.
We're back.
We're back and we're not tired.
We're not tired.
We're not tired. We have
we're-
more energy.
We're just sick and tired of the BS, you guys. That's what in the hell we're sick and tired. We're sick and tired of corrupt attorneys that figure out all manner of ways to pervert the law, to really just do whatever they can to screw up.
Tara Scott Family Law Mediation covers up child SA.
All these mediation things, you guys. All these mediation things. So it's not gonna work that we have these so-called fancy offices really like doing something so gross.
And this office, this lawyer, this situation is the exact same thing that happens in any sort of big protest like this, where we're so fed up with these gross people having this power and thinking it's okay that they're allowed to get away with something where any other human individual would get arrested for it and put up for life. Like, so it's just like, why is it that some lawyers and some groups and some religious cults like Scientology and stuff are able to be protected by lawyers like this is just so disgusting. And for them to not be coming clean and coming open about what they're doing. And here they are having a law firm right here in Beverly Hills. Like, no way.
Survivors, not predators.
Protect survivors, not predators.
Protect survivors, not predators.
Power to survivors.
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 Eat predators.
Eat predators.
Eat predators.
Eat predators.
No more cover-up. You can't shut us up.
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 Survivors United will never be divided.
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 Eat predators.
Eat predators!
Eat predators.
Eat predators!
Eat enablers.
Protesting. She protects predators.
She protects predators. She put assault and battery legally into a divorce agreement, and I am a victim of child SA, sexual abuse. And
so my abuser now is saying I can't sue him because of her hidden language that she put in my divorce agreement. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
very
much.
One of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us. One of us. All 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 of us.
I don't need to hear anymore.
So isn't that great, you guys? These tricky lawyers that know what in the hell they're doing. In what world can they just put up a sneaky little language so that all manner of laws can be circumvented, all manner of abuse can be covered up, and we would love to understand how that's legal and just.
Yeah, how is that legal and just?
Make it make sense.
Make it
Make sense, Tara. By all means, explain yourself.
Tara Scott covers up crimes.
Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott covers up crimes. Tara Scott.
Building management. I don't think Tara Scott is in the building. She hasn't been here for a while. Really? Yeah, she's not a.
So yeah, you guys, let's see what's going on in the chat. She's not wearing goldenrod. I know, Laura, you're not wearing goldenrod. Hi, Mena. Hi, Kenya. Hi, Catherine. So yeah, we're really pushing back on all of this corruption stemming from these law offices, you guys, that are doing all the things that they want to do to...
Shame on you.
Trope in trope, rots in hell.
Trope in trope,
Rot in hell!
Trope in trope, rots in hell.
Trope in trope, rots in hell. And then he's like, she's not here anymore. It's like, really?
Disbar, Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott!
Disbar, Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott!
Disbar, Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott!
This is the boilerplate language that covers up crimes. Tara Scott is a family lawyer that covers up crimes. Child S.A. Tara Scott Family Law.
They all knew. Red light 2.
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 Red light 2.
They all knew. Red light 2. Yeah, that's her. Tara Scott.
Covering up crimes, putting legal information that should be exposed into illegal documents to be unexposed. Literally hiding through lawyer language in a lawsuit that they cannot expose or talk about the SA that had happened. Gross.
Woman, look at her.
Gross.
She looks smiles. She's all smiles. She couldn't be more happier to be doing this work. In what world are you intentionally doing things that are MF messed up?
Go protect somebody. Like, why are you protecting somebody's essay? Why would you ever do that, ever, in any situation? You lose your family before you do that. You lose your family member for sure. Somebody tries to cover up somebody's shit to get them out of trouble. Like,
Then shut us up.
Survivors United will never be divided.
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 Tara Scott covers up child S.A. Tara Scott family lawyer covers up child S.A. That's the family lawyer here in Beverly Hills covering up child S.A. It's in her divorce stipulated judgment. What is it called again? Boilerplates. Her boilerplate from Trope and Trope covers up child SA, covers up crimes. Does it happen in Beverly Hills? You bet.
The top of Beverly Hills, you guys, is where all of this corruption is happening, and it's being allowed to happen while people play dumb. And you know what? We're kind of sick of people playing dumb about it and monetizing.
Yep, and
Literally
100% making money.
monetize on.
Right. Tara Scott made money off of covering up my child's essay. Tara Scott made a lot of money covering up my child's essay.
Isn't that great? You guys laughing her way to the bank as she literally covers up and she goes, oh, let me catch a quick check here and let me really put a ton of money in my bank account to cover up disgusting, indefensible abuse.
Tara Scott covers up crimes. ASSAULT. And battery is in Tara Scott's divorce stipulated judgments. When I called Tara Scott, she apologized to me. She apologized.
Isn't that great, you guys?
Sadly, my creditor raised this boilerplate language in her stipulated judgment so that I can get justice when it comes to the child essay that he committed. Grooming me as a minor. Released of all crimes because of Tara Scott family law. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
These lawyers think they are above the law, covering up crimes.
And they're being enabled to be above the law.
And you know what Tara Scott also told me when I was on the phone with her? She said that I couldn't sue her because she has mediation privilege. She's immune to the law too. Tara Scott is privileged. I can't even sue Tara Scott for what she did to me because of mediation privilege. She's allowed to ruin my life, release my child's essay, and get away with it. Tara Scott family law.
Tara Scott family law, you guys. Very similar to Scientology. Mediation. Really
Never trust a mediator. Never trust a mediator.
It's like, in what world are we mediating
So she's
literal
immune to the
felonies?
law, and now my predator is also immune to the law. All because of a lawyer in Beverly Hills covering up crimes in her stipulated judgment divorce agreement. ASSAULT and battery is in a divorce agreement, Tara?
Why would a divorce agreement have anything of any remote nature like that? You guys, you really?
Tara Scott covers up crimes.
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 Disbar Tara Scott.
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 Disbar Tara Scott. Shame on you, Tara Scott.
Eat enablers!
Eat enablers.
Eat enablers!
Eat enablers.
Eat enablers!
Eat enablers. He's grumpy. He should be grumpy about the fact that their tenant is covering up crimes. That's what you should be grumpy about. That's what I'm grumpy about. I'm beyond grumpy. Tara Scott takes justice away from survivors of child SA. That's what Tara Scott does. That is what Tara Scott does. She let me know that I didn't know that was in my divorce stipulated judgment. That was not agreed upon whatsoever in the one and only meeting that I had with Tara Scott. That was not agreed upon.
This is what accountability looks like.
This is what accountability looks like.
I wish it was more, to be honest with
Well,
you.
yeah. This is the
This is
beginning of
the beginning.
accountability.
The beginning of accountability.
Tara Scott, I will be reporting you to the state bar. This week, I will be reporting you to the state bar.
Heavily billed.
Ethical.
That's right.
Crimes in a divorce stipulated judgment agreement. Child SA? Who would have thought family law? Family law. We're releasing ASSAULT and battery. Shame on you, Tara Scott.
Murder perpetrator covers up drug users, and we're just here to expose that. This is her state license number. You know, we're hoping people look her up and see what she's all about, and you know, make a complaint to the state. Everyone's live streaming right now. This man
trying to
abused
get
Alexa when
justice.
she was a teenager, and then that man forced her to marry him. He was twice her age, and the divorce agreement included words like assault and battery, sexual abuse was covered up.
All right, good luck with it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Julie.
Tara Scott covers up crime.
Tara Scott covers up crimes.
Tara Scott covers up crime.
Tara Scott covers up crimes. Heavily billed.
Ain't no Beverly Hills.
Power to survivors.
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 Survivors.
Survivors united will never be divided.
Survivors
United will never be divided.
Survivors united will never be divided.
Survivors united will never be divided.
Even he agrees. He agrees.
Yes.
Literal dogs agree, you guys. Hi.
Oh, he's so cute. She or he?
Yeah. It's so sick, you guys. Twice her age, the man
Tara Scott, family law.
Groomed.
Releases assault and battery.
just seduced.
SA is stipulated judgment without letting her clients know. Tara Scott protects predators.
Yeah.
In her boilerplate stipulated judgments. And now my predator is raising that as a way to get out of accountability for his crimes. So who is really to blame for that? Tara Scott. Tara Scott. Covering up crimes. Child SA. Assault and battery.
You know Tara Scott?
Lawyer.
That's her right there.
Thank you.
Why are we doing this today?
She covered up my child.
She did what?
She covered up my child, I say.
She covered up your child.
Essay.
Essay?
Yeah, sexual abuse.
Oh, so she covered up
She
your
covered
child?
it up.
And
Yeah,
what
she
does
puts
she
it
do?
in her. She's a family lawyer.
She's a family lawyer, and there was a case in front of her in some way with
She's
your
a
child?
mediator. She's a divorce mediator.
Between you and your ex-husband?
Yeah,
And your ex-husband was abusing your child?
no, me. He
Your
groomed
ex-husband
me
you groomed you?
into marriage.
Yeah, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
And then how did she cover it up?
So she puts crimes in her stipulated judgments without letting her clients know that there's all this hidden language that releases predators from accountability. So that when I went to go sue my predator after getting out of and escaping the relationship, he raised her stipulated judgment as a way for me not to be able to sue him.
I get it. So this
Yeah.
is about you.
This is about me.
And this happened, how old were you when this happened? How long ago?
So 16 years old was when he groomed me, and then he was abusing me for from 16 to 27.
Abusing you meaning, you married then?
I was married. Then I ended up getting married at 19.
So-
He's 17 years older than me.
Right, so he abused you by having a relationship with you under duress of grooming?
Yeah, well, and I mean,
I'm sorry, and
I'm on YouTube, so I can't say certain things.
I see. And you were unwittingly induced into this by being groomed? You were unwittingly induced into this by being groomed?
And he
then
threatened
is
my
there a
life if I got a
statute-
lawyer.
Is there a statute of limitations on this?
Well, technically there is I mean, I've been to the police, I've made reports. Of course, nothing ever really ends up happening. Then I sued him. And then when I sued him, he used her stipulated judgment
I
as
see
a
the
way.
language of the
Correct.
stipulated judgment. And so you're here to bring awareness to this.
Correct.
So
because
is there
if
any,
a client
you
doesn't
getting
know,
any news coverage on this?
no, I mean, she will. This will be on YouTube, and it is spreading, but no, there's no news coverage on it now.
And the
sadly.
statute of limitations currently is non-existent under like the current bill for anyone who's been abused. as an
Current
adult.
bill or current law?
Current bill in California has been
Yeah,
It's
like-
not been passed.
It
It's
has
been
been passed, so
so
I
the bill
can
was
sue
passed.
him, but he is raising the stipulated judgment as a way to
To
get out of it.
Well, good luck with it.
Thank you so
Thank
much. I
you.
appreciate that.
See, you guys, there's a lot of people with common sense literally running the streets of Beverly Hills, and they're actually kind of shocked when they hear of all of these shenanigans that these attorneys are really all about. Getting paid, because you know what? What's better than cashing a check and literally having the power dynamic where you know, as a lawyer, the situation, but since her husband was so much older than her and they were going through a divorce, and we always get into this with the victims, right? It's like you cannot be a victim, be groomed to all of this abuse, and then all of a sudden wake up and really figure out everything. In what world are victims being expected to understand everything? And why is always these men being always helped? Like, it's just so unacceptable and it's so grotesque. And we're really kind of sick of this sick game of just doing horrible stuff.
So much emotional duress. I end up agreeing to him wanting to do a mediation session. And so Red Light Management ends up sending the referral to Tara Scott Family Law. And so I'm thinking in my head, okay, mediation. That means non-biased. That means that person's supposed to be equally representing both people and making sure that everything is fair. So I thought, okay, well, if he's not gonna allow me to get a lawyer and I need to get out of this, okay, let's go see a mediator. So I go to this mediator, Tara Scott, and we make an agreement that wasn't even really technically agreement because it was under emotional distress. That was just about the finances, about how much more time I was going to get alimony for. I keep my jewelry, he keeps his jewelry, whatever. None of it said AULT and battery. That was nowhere. I have the piece of paper that shows what we spoke about in that one mediation session, because I even asked her through email to send it to me. Months and months later, she sends me this 20+ page stipulated judgment. And I'm like, okay, what is this? I email her. I ask her, I don't know law. So I just want to make sure that there's nothing extra in this agreement, that it's only what we agreed upon in this piece of paper that was in the meeting. She emails me back and says, yeah, there's nothing more. It's just what you agreed upon.
So I'm thinking, okay, this is just more legal language of like, I don't owe him tax money or whatever, you know? Well, no, that's not what ended up happening. She tucked in crimes, releases of crimes in her stipulated judgment as a boilerplate, which is why I'm using this protest sign. And she said she learned this language from Trope and Trope law firm that no longer exists. She used to work for Trope and Trope. And so Trope and Trope gave her the boilerplate of the stipulated judgment. And so that's how that language ended up in my divorce agreement when I never agreed to any of that. I didn't even know it was legal to release anyone from crimes. I don't even think that is technically legal. I don't think you can release people from crimes in a divorce agreement. I don't even think that's technically legal, which is why I'm going to report her to the state bar, because that's an ethical code issue. That's her bar number. If anyone wants to report her, this is her California state bar number. You can go to this website here, and that's her bar. You can call and make an ethics complaint. I'm gonna make an ethics complaint. And what's so strange about this is that lawyers are supposed to uphold justice, truth, morals, ethics, and Tara Scott is literally putting in releases of crimes. And now, when I sued my predator, Michael Milosh, in his demur, which is a response to the lawsuit, he puts in that I'm not able to sue him because of the language that Tara Scott put into my stipulated judgment without telling me. So, if anyone's at fault for taking away my justice, is Tara Scott.
Negligence and moral turpitude.
It is negligence and moral. And so that's why we're here today. And when I was on a phone call with her about a year and a half ago, I said, you need to take out this language. You need to take out the language. And she goes, okay, I'll think about it. You know how many other clients that she probably has that signed away their rights, their human rights to justice and don't even know it? Maybe they're in the same situation I am, but they are not protesting or they're not speaking out about it. And she's probably still doing it now. She could still be doing it now. And the average survivor of child SA takes about 55 years to come forward about it. So let's say the person that she's signing right now hasn't fully processed their child SA. They're releasing it with a family lawyer without knowledge of that. If they don't have a lawyer, if they don't have proper representation, then that could happen to that person. And so I'm here to show awareness or spread awareness that just because someone's a family lawyer or a mediator that's supposed to be non-biased, etc., does not mean it's someone you should trust. There is corruption, mad corruption in family law. And they're releasing crimes.
She wasn't even informed that that could be a bad language to have in a divorce.
Yeah, no. She acted like she didn't even understand at first. Now then she was like, oh, I can see how that. I was like, yeah, that only protects the predator. That doesn't protect the survivor. That doesn't protect the survivor at all. That is literal language to protect a predator. And that's why Trope and Trope, she did admit to that. She said, yes, absolutely.
It would cover someone's crime.
I took notes the entire time, Tara Scott, while we were on the phone, if you know what I mean. Took notes galore. You apologized to me. And then when I said, can I sue you? Because I would like to, by the way. She basically said to me that I can't sue her because she has mediation privilege. And just to remind everyone here, the word privilege stems from law. Privilege comes from the Latin word that means a law that protects only one person. That's what privilege is. And she told me that she has the privilege that I can't even sue her for what she did to me. So I can't sue anybody. I'm not technically able to, I could argue it. What lawyer is gonna wanna go to bat for me is the problem. But I can't sue my predator. I can't sue the mediator who did that to me illegally and fraudulently. That's fraud. Fraud. Can't sue her. Can't sue anybody. Totally took my justice away completely. That's sad. That ruined that. That was the worst day when I realized that language was in there, because you have to remember, I didn't even know that language was in there until January 2021. January 2021, my lawyers call me and say, Brian Friedman finds the language in my stipulated judgment, finds it, and goes, oh, Alexa can't sue Milos. And even says in his demur, even if Milos did do it, I technically can't get justice because I released that. And so Brian Friedman is the one who found that language, and I didn't even know until January. And my lawyers had to tell me to sit down, asked me to sit down, and told me. And I couldn't believe it, because I would never think in a million years that it was legal, technically, to release child SA. My predator is literally using Tara Scott as a way to get himself out of, I don't even want to say grooming, a minor, into a fraudulent marriage, a green card, our word. He's getting out of it because of a stipulated judgment in a divorce agreement that Brian Friedman found in there. It's a shame. And I can't believe the person that finds it is the one who literally has allegations of gang R in college. All you guys are just so gross, honestly.
And you're getting exposed and you're getting called out because it couldn't be more disgusting. It couldn't be more disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's like, what? I'm having somebody who was accused of gang R in college, of a minor, by the way, telling me I can't get justice with my predator. Is this real life? Am I not computing something? That is wild. So not only does Tara Scott create obstruction of justice, but so does Brian Friedman.
And they've been eating victims, you guys. This is what is called, they eat victims. They make sure that you don't know what in the hell's going on.
Correct.
And what you just said, Alexa, like, in what world are you not a lawyer going to a mediation where you're supposed to think the law? I mean, I guess we should never give them the benefit of the doubt. Literally, don't give them the benefit of the doubt.
You can't trust anyone. Like, you honestly cannot trust anyone. And what was sad about it is that I was threatened out of having my own representation. So that's something that also these mediators need to be trained in, is trauma informed, to make sure that these individuals are not getting into these mediation situations, against their own will. Tara Scott never asked me, can I speak to you privately? Is there any signs of ABUSC? Yes. We're separated now. Like, you can tell me if there's something that you need to tell me. No.
Especially Tara, did you miss the part he was 17 years older than her?
Yeah.
Literally. Where did you miss that part?
17 years older than me. And I'm crying and shaking the entire time in the room. Can't even speak. That should have been a sign for Tara Scott to go, okay, I maybe it's the divorce, but this is looking a little bit weird. He's 17 years older than her. He's not an American citizen, for example. Let's maybe talk to her separately and just see if she's okay. Like, was there any type of fraudulent behavior when it came to this marriage? No, she never cared to ask me. One meeting, I asked her, is there anything else in the stipulated judgment that I should be aware of? Is it just what we agreed upon? She said it's just what we agreed upon, and she tricked me into releasing child SA. Was that me? What sound is that? Whoa, that was wild. Dude, that was great. I was like, where is it?
Unbelievable, you guys. I mean, this is how it works. This is how they do it. The power dynamics could not be more.
And then she's like $700 an hour in Beverly Hills. When I'm arriving here, my predator texts me. I have the text message. Where are you? This is $565 an hour. Stressing me out. I'm coming from work. I was nannying for twins. That's what I was doing for a living then. Driving fast to get here just to what? Sign away my rights to justice. That's why he wanted me to be. It's all
planned, you guys. It's like, this is all, this all happened by mistake. It's all planned.
Yep.
It's all literally planned.
Yep. And red light management, which is why this is saying red light management guy here. Red Light Management, Red Light Management is the one who contacted this guy, which by the way works for Fox Rothschild's law firm, calls this guy asking for, I guess, a mediator that probably has that specific language in the stipulated judgment. And so he refers them to Tara Scott. And not only did they refer, Red Light refer Tara Scott to Michael Milos and I, but when she sent the final stipulated judgment, Red Light was CC'd on that email, which is illegal, actually. A lawyer cannot put a third party in confidential matters when it comes to the law. And Tara Scott CC'd Red Light, and I'm pretty positive that's because Red Light was looking over that stipulated judgment to make sure that language was in there.
Protect your
Because
asset.
6 months before, they knew our age difference. They knew that I was 19 years old when I ended up getting married to him. They knew that it probably stemmed before that point. They knew. And then when I got the stipulated judgment with the language in it, 6 months before that, I did an interview in a thing called Verse Magazine. And I said that he was talking to me when I was 16 years old. And that was before I got the stipulated judgment. So the whole thing is just super shady. Like the whole thing is like, I don't believe any of it. I don't believe necessarily it was even just boilerplate language. Maybe it was just boilerplate language, but Red Light was aware of that specific type of boilerplate language because I looked in LexisNexis for lawsuits that had her language in stipulated judgments, and I couldn't find any divorce agreements that have her language in them. I couldn't find it anywhere. And you know where I found it, that exact language, is called interspousal immunity. And it's been abolished since the 70s. So before the 70s, there was a law in place that you couldn't sue your spouse. You couldn't sue your spouse because it meant you're suing yourself. That's misogyny. So you couldn't sue yourself because you're absorbed into your spouse. And so it's called interspousal immunity, and we fought to abolish that. We abolished that in the 70s, and now this abolished language is showing up in 2019 in Beverly Hills with a family lawyer. It's abolished for a reason, because you should be able to sue anyone that commits a crime against you. So, yeah, oh, my purse. Google it, interspousal immunity. It basically just meant you can't sue you. Oh, and so in my agreement, in the stipulated judgment, he could have BEAT me every single day. He could have maybe cut off a finger. And he is released from it. Not even just child SA. He could have DV'd me every single day. And she releases that. Any accountability. And she said, it came from Trope and Trope law firm. And Trope and Trope is a bunch of archaic bros that most likely were protecting a lot of rich, archaic bros that were predators. And so they guaranteed that language in their stipulated judgments. Oh, you're so far from me. So yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I've talked about it extensively on the Guess Who. The first Guess Who episode that I did on YouTube, I go into quite a lot of detail when it comes to Tara Scott, Red Light involvement. And the sad part is, she tells me, oh no, you can't sue me because I have mediation privilege.
Absolves them from any form of accountability for their negligence and just lazy
and
law
also
language.
purposeful. No, and I don't believe you, by the way. I don't believe you.
Well, and look at you, Aleska, now being on the flip side of this, you guys. You had just heard her description.
Yeah.
She might as well have gone to law school herself. She literally might as well have to defend herself, be her own lawyer, be abused. Literally, when is the stupidity gonna end? Period. You're now fully representing yourself because the $700 that were paid to represent, nobody, they're just, who cares? $700 to scam you. Literally, here, pay me so I can scam you. Pay me so I can make sure that you're totally scammed and yeah, this shady man looking for a green card, looking for a literal way to exploit, as if that wasn't what he literally did. And it's on the record. You've already done all the investigation. You've already backtracked all of this. I mean,
Yes.
as a survivor, that's what it means when you're being abused. You're disassociated AF. That's how our manipulators wanted us. It isn't a mistake. It isn't an accident. Like, oh
Right.
yeah, you know,
Right.
this is all done on purpose, calculated AF. And it shouldn't be up to victims to be ensnared in these so-called legal whatevers just so they can get screwed over. Even worse, because the betrayal is unthinkable.
It is unthinkable. So well said. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And you're so in a survival mode that you're not even thinking clearly.
You can't.
You cannot.
I mean, your brain, to process what you just said.
Yes.
Your brain is protecting you. You cannot see that.
No.
While you're connected
No.
to these predators. Like, there is no world where you can understand what in the hell is being done to you.
No. And then you
So-
look back, and it even took me years to even understand what it was. And then I talked to lawyers, and the lawyers are like, oh, I've never seen this language before. And you're like, well, why is it in my divorce agreement? And then I'm having to do all of the work to figure out what's going on. Like, they didn't even do the work. They put it on the survivor to figure it out. And then they're like, oh, well, it is what it is, basically. And you're like, they don't help you at all. It's horrible. The justice system is like built almost to protect these predators.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. And again, it's like, it's taken us now to literally be, in our midlife to, I'm sure, have a complete midlife crisis, because again, the trauma, once you understand the trauma, once you start connecting the dots,
Yeah.
once you cannot disassociate from it, because it's not an option,
Right.
you can't just squash it down anymore.
No, it just comes out.
That's what we did to survive. But then
Correct.
once you connect the dot,
Right.
then it's
you can't
there.
unsee it
then
either.
it's there.
No, once you see it, you're like, and then you go further down. You start to realize this is connecting now, and this is connecting, and oh, that's what you call this. Like, I didn't even have some of the language to explain what happened to me. Like, I didn't even know what grooming was until I was 25. Like, I maybe heard that word in the once, twice maybe at most, but didn't have any idea of what it even actually meant, because there's no education around ABUSC. Like, there's no
That's a
education.
$700 a lawyer that should have been educating you, that should have been telling you, well,
Yes.
just before you sign this contract, just
Yes.
make sure that you know this.
Right.
Because you know what Alexa's saying, like, had I known, had I been told, oh yeah, by the way, if
Yes.
this happened, you're totally okay with that. Had she released it like
Yeah,
that, then,
never. I would've
then
signed it.
we wouldn't be here wasting our time.
Nope.
She would have agreed, oh yeah, who
Correct.
cares? Yeah, sign that. I'm totally in agreement. That's not what happened.
No. If I would have known that was in there, I would have never have signed that. Never have signed that. The only reason I signed it was to escape. I thought it means we go separate ways, that I am financially protected for 12 more months so I can get my feet back on the ground, and that was it. Never in a million years would I think that there were crimes being covered up in a divorce agreement. I still don't even understand how that's legal.
Well, it wasn't.
It isn't.
It wasn't, and it isn't, and they've only gotten away with it because they gaslit themselves and propped themselves up to really run this sham, to really run a sham and a scam.
Correct.
And attorneys, like, where in the hell are the people enforcing the rules on attorneys? Because you know what?
I know.
They're nowhere to be found.
They're nowhere to be found.
The enforcement of them is...
You can't even get, even when you sue for malpractice, it's so hard to get a malpractice suit to actually, it's horrible. There's like no justice when it comes to lawyers, and they're technically immune to the law. So you got that. You can't even really technically sue them. They have their own privileges, they have their own immunity. So there's like no way, it's like so basically the immunity means that the lawyers are above the law. And you're like, they're supposed to be there to protect the law. You know what I mean? Of course they call the police.
Great. Let's talk to the police, Beverly Hills.
We're protesting Tara Scott, the lawyer. She has an office up here. She's
Covering
trying
up
to want her to know
SA.
our voice real loud and clear.
Covering up SA.
Cool.
But yeah, we're just protesting.
Yeah, cool. What do you think? That's what's curious about it.
Yeah, no, this lawyer
Yeah, Tara
covered up my
Scott.
child. She covered up crimes in my divorce agreement.
Oh, really?
We're helping her.
Okay. Well, I'll do that. Thank you.
That's the Beverly Hills Police, you guys. Look at the difference between them and the LAPD, just FYI.
I was just gonna say, look at the difference between
Just
them
an
and
FYI
LAPD.
between the LAPD and the Beverly Hills
That was the
Police.
difference. The cute little good-looking Beverly Hills cop guy pulls up. What's this? Oh, we told him we're protesting Tara Scott because she fucked over our friend Alexa. Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 'cause
Bye.
they're not
They
making any
didn't
money
know
off the law.
sirens, no
Right.
let me pull over and make sure,
You're
nothing.
blocking the
And then I was like,
sidewalk,
whoa,
you're
you're
sitting in the
intimidating me, you're really hot. I gotta go.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Beverly Hills flirt. Beverly Hills cop flirt. No, but
Yeah,
yeah, like
guys, well,
definitely they don't have time for
You
that.
see it. You see it.
Beverly Hills. They should make this in the middle of it. I've got a lot of designing ideas, don't we?
About all of these survivors uniting, and physically, we have survivors here standing with us. My husband's here. And this, I really hope that if anything, this inspires survivors out there to show up for one another. If you know of a friend who is a survivor and you happen to know maybe where the predator is working, you can. It is your First Amendment right to go and protest and allow knowledge and information and awareness to be spread in your town, in your city. It is your right as a human being to do that. And so it's all about getting survivors united, getting allies to stand also in solidarity. We don't just want allies, we want solidarity and empathy as survivors. And so this is what it looks like. And I hope that this inspires survivors out there to organize their own protests. Yeah, we don't have like 40 people here. That's okay. Even 2 people is enough. And it also reaffirms that survivors are cared for and that people do care about their human rights and want to see them actually get the justice they deserve.
Well, and by the way, lawyers, we have this many people here, and then how many people in our live stream? So your stuff is getting exposed AF.
We had 700 at one point. It's dropped a little bit, but we're still
We have,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we have 150 here, so there's already 1,000 people here, Tara Scott. So yeah.
We got almost 1,000. Wait, where is my megaphone? Where are you, Tara? Oh, where's the little kid to go? Oh, she's so. Oh. And see, I'm here so that she doesn't have to be here in the future.
She should never. We should never be facing this level of stupidity, you guys.
She should never have to be here when she's older.
And you know.
She should be doing what she wants to do in life. It sucks that survivors have to also go and proclaim their own justice, proclaim their own liberty. You know, the state doesn't give it to them, the freaking police don't do shit, the lawyers aren't doing shit. Survivors are having to do everything. It's wild.
Well,
Disbar Tara Scott!
disbar Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott!
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 Disbar Tara Scott! Power to survivors!
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 Protect survivors, not predators!
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 Survivors united will never be divided!
Survivors united will never be divided!
Survivors united will never be divided!
Survivors united!
Tara Scott covers up crime. Tara Scott, family law, and mediation punishments, she doesn't let them know. And then, when you figure it out, your predator, your abuser, raises it as a response so that you cannot get justice. And then, when you try to sue the mediator for doing what she did, covering up, releasing crimes, she tells you also, oh, you can't sue me either. I'm also now immune to the law. It's called mediation privilege. So then what does a survivor do? Where do you go get justice? The police don't do anything. The lawyers don't do anything. No one does anything about anything when it comes to sexual abuse. No one. The community doesn't do anything. Everyone walks on by. Always for survivors. No one does anything. And then they go, well, why didn't you come forward sooner? Why did I even come forward at all? There's no justice when you come forward at all. That is what survivors deal with on a daily basis. No support at all. No justice, no love, no understanding, no believing, just a ton of stigma around being a survivor. And then everyone goes, why didn't you come forward? Well, look in the mirror. That's why survivors don't come forward. There is no support. You all take it on yourself to go, well, did it happen? Did it happen? Did it happen? As if it's on you to know if it happened. It's on the survivor to know that it happened. Trust the survivor. No one wants to come forward about abuse. No one. It is humiliating. It is terrifying. And what happens afterwards is even scarier. When it comes to no support, no justice, it's a nightmare. No human being is coming forward for money, for fame, for anything, because you don't get any of that anyways. You just look around. No survivor's getting anything from coming forward. Their abusers don't even get arrested. Nothing. Literally nothing. It happens in broad daylight, 24/7, and survivors have to watch that. They have to watch that day in and day out. They have to watch their fellow survivors not getting any justice. They have to watch themselves not getting any justice. They watch the whole community not give a fuck about the justice. It's a nightmare being a survivor, but we are resilient. We are resilient.
That's right,
We're
you guys.
here.
There's no reason for
And
this
we
to be
proclaim
happening.
our own liberty. We proclaim our own liberty. And when a survivor comes forward to tell you about an abuser, it's your best interest to listen. Because survivors are trying to create safety within their communities. That's why a survivor comes forward, to make sure that everyone feels safer, that you're at least aware that this person is capable of these things. That's it. Survivors create public safety, and we get shit on for it.
That's so well said, you guys. Survivors are here to create safety, not be shat on by the people that literally propped up all manner of disgusting contracts that were meant to hurt every person that signed said contract.
Etc. And they can take the proper caution, spread awareness, so that that individual does not have access to any more victims. That is why a survivor comes forward. It's not up to you for you to believe them. It's a public safety issue. That's what it is. It's a public safety issue.
And it sends the wrong message too.
Welcome.
It sends the wrong message. If no survivors ever get held accountable, then that is the message we're sending. If no perpetrators get held accountable, that's the message they're being sent. Oh look, go do it again.
Correct.
Good luck getting caught. Good luck anyone giving an F.
Correct.
Like
they're gonna
go
stop.
ahead. Oh, good.
Right, like they're gonna
So
stop.
it's a great day to be a predator and run around and be enabled
Yep.
and be literally cradled and canoodled because, oh, you did sign this little thing here that did really protect you a lot from all the crimes you committed. Isn't that great? I will be cashing my $700 an hour that I am charging for this. So have a great day.
Correct. Correct. And it's like, wow, that was it? That was it. And it's like, okay, so everyone who's even thinking about being a predator is going to go, it's pretty easy to get away with it.
Yeah.
No one's like, oh, this is a risk. They actually see that it's not a risk at all.
It's not a risk.
You just get away with it 100% sure of it.
The
Most
public
of the time.
record states it's not a risk, you guys. This is not like, oh, you know, you literally show us the examples of how many predators are facing a shred of justice versus every single person that they do come and stick their fangs in.
Correct. 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 Can't argue with any of that. And look at this building. It probably costs like an arm and a leg to even like
To be here, to really show, oh, I'm in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more legit. I couldn't be more, you know, really, my license could not be more legit.
It's on the it's over there. On
My literal license, it's so legit. I can just
watch me release these crimes.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I got the license.
I got the license.
That's
I get
what I got
paid
the license
for it.
That's what I got the license for. It's like a literal license. It's over there like an actual license and hair
I know,
license.
true,
You know?
right. Just realized.
License to abuse, license to break the law, license to, you know, play dumb too, by the way.
And play dumb. And that's what she did the phone call with me too.
Oh, completely.
Of course.
Oh, copper
I didn't
plate.
know.
Oh, it's boilerplate. Oh,
Yes,
oh,
boilerplate.
Oh, I didn't write it with my own 2 fingers. It was just mustn't slip there. And when did you miss the memo that you're in charge of educating your MF client attorneys that are getting away with this?
Correct.
It's your goddamn job to tell the client what to do. If you're gonna use your legal schmiegel, which is what in the hell I call it.
It is legal schmiegel.
It's just
It's
legal
like Lord of the
schmiegel.
Rings.
Literally like,
Come on. Wait. You said legal schmiegel. Get it?
Yeah.
legal
Like Lord of the
schmiegel,
Rings.
that's all it
Like,
is.
that is so
Exactly
true.
what it is.
Legal schmiegel. That's exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
a picture of Tara and Schmiegel, even though that's insulting to Schmiegel. But it would be cool because
No more legal schmiegel, you guys. We're gonna tear apart this BS legal schmiegel.
legal Schmiegel exclamation point and just put her face and Schmiegel's face together on it.
What are we doing?
I want to be next to
Oh, we're lining up.
Get a little closer, everybody.
I was quiet with my purse right now. It's such a vibe. Look at that setup.
Yeah.
That setup. We built it last night. Not bad. You want me to do a chant? Okay. You guys have to do a chant for sure. For sure. Oh man. Okay.
Power to survivors!
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 Protect survivors, not predators!
Protect survivors, not predators!
Protect survivors, not predators!
Protect survivors, not predators!
Survivors united will never be divided!
Survivors united will never
Tara Scott covers up crime.
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 Disbar Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott.
Disbar Tara Scott. Shame on you.
Shame on you, Tara.
Shame on you, Tara Scott. Shame on you. Covering up crimes and you're a family lawyer. That's pretty scary. Family law. You think family law, like chiller than, like other law. But no. Releasing crimes as a family lawyer and it's child SA and a family lawyer. That's pretty scary right there. That's terrifying, actually.
And then hold it. Tara Scott, heavily billed.
Tara Scott, heavily billed.
Protect your children.
Tara Scott, privilege. Mediation, privilege.
Tara Scott doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Tara Scott does not give a fuck.
Tara Scott sucks. Covering up crimes in Beverly Hills.
For money.
For money.
For a lot of money.
In Beverly Hills, apparently they get rich covering up crimes.
Not great.
So we're here, but really just covering up crimes. Your neighbor, Tara Scott, covering up child SA, a family lawyer that covers up child SA, covers up crimes. Did anyone even know that was legal or that was real? That a lawyer, a family lawyer, could cover up child SA crimes? You didn't know
Tara
that's
Scott.
okay.
Covering up all manner of crimes, you guys. Just like it happened to Laura and I, all our trafficking has been covered up by all the Scientology crooked AF lawyers.
Karen.
Monique Yingling.
Monique. What's his name? Brian. There's so many that were even in.
There's so many. We haven't even gotten started on them yet, you guys, but we will. Your time is coming.
Ugh.
Moxon. Whose
Disgusting.
literal child, underage child that went into the Sea Org,
No, the OSA lawyer.
literally
Scientology lawyer.
off herself in the Sea Org, you guys. Literally off herself in the Sea Org. And they blamed it on, oh yeah, she was chasing a squirrel. She really wanted to go grab a squirrel and then she electrocuted herself. Well, you know what? No. Lies and lies and lies from all of these attorneys that are enabling all of this disgusting stuff to be happening.
Yeah. That's a what?
It's poster for fat injections. I'm gonna apply. That's honestly what I thought it was.
No. That's all good. I mean, she honestly deserves any kind of shame. She's really awful.
It looks like the famous thing I've ever seen in my life.
We thought it was AI though too.
Yeah, no.
When we were looking at her,
That's gotta be messed up. Somebody beats the real, like an AI generated picture, and it turns out to be a real person.
that's
But I feel like I know which words I need to say, like which section.
Better is a video
soulless,
game.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
Get a higher score, but that is a good thing to do.
That's what I said.
Hello, you guys. Tara Scott needs to be disbarred. Yes, philosophy. Snakes only know how to lie. That's right. Snakes only know how to lie. Remember Stacy Moxon. That's right. Stacy Moxon. That's the name of Brian Moxon's underage daughter that ended up at Gold, really wanting to chase a squirrel just to get electrocuted. Imagine the despair that girl had to have. A despair that Laura and I would be all too familiar about since, we did think about it as a coping mechanism,
And what would have been said to us if that happened to us?
Oh, they would have just made up
Serge's
any old
motivator.
lie.
He fell into the
Oh yeah,
electric
he really
box.
wanted to go chase us.
Sorry, he's no
Oh,
longer with us.
I was
He's coming
chasing.
to join a Sea Org contract next lifetime.
Oh yeah, you know, he was chasing a pigeon off of the 4th terrace and 10th floor when
Yeah.
he jumped out because, you know.
I was wondering if birds really did fly.
I know.
Do bodies fly?
Do birds fly? Or, you know, jumping off a bridge. Oh, do fish swim? I really wanted to go check if the fish were swimming, so I really just jumped myself. And again, you guys, and so many of these Sea Org kids ended up with horrific, unthinkable ways to wanting to end the abuse that was happening to them, and, you know, not knowing how to connect the dots, not knowing that you're a victim, thinking that you are actually responsible for all this abuse that you're being put up to literally face, to literally survive. That's the name of the game inside of those hotels. Like, we're gonna abuse you, hope you survive. Well, you know what? We did survive, and we're here at the other side of this disgusting thing, and enjoying our life and holding these MFers accountable. Because, you know, does Laura look like she's scared? Look at her. Neither do I. We're not scared. We don't give an F about their little scary tactics. Those worked on us as children, but the scary tactics.
Sad thing, we're not children anymore.
Sucks to be you, executives.
They didn't think about that. When we aren't really children, you guys don't think we're going to add something. We're not going to put 2 and 2 together. We're not going to see how other parents and other family members are treating each other, and how sweet and loving they are, and how much they care when they have an addiction or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different level. So they were never gonna think that we were gonna grow up and realize all this. We were just gonna stay stupid forever. Little L. Con Hubbards running around. No, fucking no.
Yeah. Y'all weren't counting on us. Literally.
We came back. Welcome back. We come back. There's
we
something
come
we did stick to. We are back.
Thank you, L. Hubbard. You did teach us that, to come back. That was our little fucking motto in the Sea Org, you guys.
We come back.
Oh yeah, we come back
Are
for
you
the
gonna go
billion
tonight
years.
to the streets on Hollywood?
Probably.
I'm gonna go at 7. I'm gonna be there around 7ish.
All right, you guys, we're gonna be going to the streets again to protest
see you
at
tonight
that
in front of
place.
the Scientology crooked testing center, hiding as a human trafficking conveyor belt.
Conveyor belt. That's very well said.
Thank you. I'm learning.
You really
More
are.
I'm getting out here. I'm really like, what is the word I'm trying to say? Conveyor belt. Just like, who can we rip off this little belt? Oh, you want to say? Okay. Oh, you don't want to come? It's a cult.
Like it's a factory.
Right. Like, they use Hollywood Boulevard as their conveyor belt to
As a
human
factory
traffic
of
people in.
abuse. Yep.
Of all kinds of abuse. We're going to get you in, and we'll get your grandmother in, and then eventually your grandmother will tell you to join, because we'll get her deep. So it's children or mothers or brothers. Eventually they are going to get to the younger generation, the youth of that person's family, and they're going to corrupt everything. Their whole life,
Everything
the way
is
they even
corrupted.
speak to their grandmother, the relationship they have with their other family members, the ones that are not Scientologists, etc.
They use
So
my
we'll see.
grandmother to recruit me into the Sea Org. You guys don't forget that I'm a 3rd generation whose grandmother was used to groom me to think that, you know, I could really just be there giving certificates to grown-ass adults
Is this the reception?
that really wanted to pay to come and get their services at that hotel from hell. A literal hotel from hell that everyone's running around with cognitive dissonance, ridiculous cognitive dissonance, calling a literal hotel a church. Because you know what? Let me really enter into this building with a pool, with a reception, with a room key, with here's my luggage and take it up to my room, but it couldn't be more of a church.
Oh, oopsie, yeah, we converted the hotel rooms into auditing rooms. Why is that not called a hotel? It's still called a hotel. The Fort Harrison Hotel is a hotel. It's not a business. It's not supposed to be. It's a hotel. So when y'all are getting offended, hey, sir, don't call it a hotel. Wake up. Look what it is on the record. Is it a religion, a business, a hotel? What is it being treated as? What do the outside world think this is? A hotel. Who are we
Those
lying
are
to?
the cold
The
hard
Sea Org and Scientologists are lying are lying to the outside world. So yeah, if you were in the Sea Org and you come out and you're like, well, it's not really a hotel, of course you're gonna say that, because you're still partially thinking the way that the Scientology Sea Org was built. It's not it is a hotel. If it's grooming people in, if it's not a hotel, then why is it a building being used to cycle in and traffic in and groom and hold and have people sleeping there and everything and call it auditing? Okay, why are you so mad about it being called a hotel or not? Why does that offend you so much? It's because if you call it like that in the outside world, which is what it is, they see it as a hotel. They see it as a Four Harrison hotel.
I'll tell you why they're mad. They're mad because they have fucked around and now they're finding out.
Yeah, they're
and the finding out is the part where they're very inconvenienced and pressed to be like, oh yeah, I don't want to call it a hotel because we were feeling very religious in there. Well, religiously abusing kids. Go ahead and really tell everyone why your religion was the abuse of kids.
And that justice can actually be served for survivors. Survivors deserve justice. We can't have lawyers taking away justice from anyone. That is a human right. Justice is a human right. Survivors deserve justice. We do not need lawyers that are getting in the way of survivors' justice. If a lawyer is covering up crimes, releasing child SA, that lawyer is a problem. That lawyer actually, in my opinion, is a criminal. No one should be
Stays comfortable.
Freedom. This is
No
a
one is
freedom.
above the
Freedom
law.
bum buns.
Yeah.
No one is above
She
the
gets
law.
to wear what she wants.
It's already hard enough.
Can't snuggle with your dog when you're working in the Sea Org.
Yeah, you can't have this affection in the
Come
Sea
on,
Org.
Osa, come snuggle with my puppy. Hey, did you hear that?
Yeah. She's like, are you gonna bite me? I have to warn you.
She's chihuahuaing.
It's okay. It's what you do. It's okay.
Without your
It's
knowledge.
okay.
It's time for change.
You would have hated me.
Time for change. This is archaic.
Look at the nails. It's okay.
We got cute nails. Look at them nails.
Thank you for your support in the protest. High five. High five. Are you gonna come tonight? In the cold? You better have a warmer jacket on. Better be goldenrod.
Go shopping.
Might be goldenrod.
Get somebody to crochet her a sweater.
Oh, totally. They totally would in 5 seconds. I was like, I could have that done tomorrow. Oh, I love little bunnies.
Stop sticking your butt out, Jerry.
What are you and Michael doing?
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being on this live with us. And here are our closing statements from Laura FM.
Here's the closing statement, guys. Be you, be true, be beautiful, be loving, be uncomfortable, go through stuff that might feel yucky or uncomfortable or rejective. Go through it, feel it. Try to be better, be more lovable, be kind, be sweet. And stay away, learn more about Scientology and the Sea Org and what it's really doing, and try to have more of an open eye, try to have an open mind, try to, like, I know we want to protect people in the Sea Org and in Scientology but they are unfixable without the technology of L. Ron Hubbard, and there's no L. Ron Hubbard technology that will let people leave easily or to get out of abusive situations easily, or ever. So just try to be more open-minded and see things as they are. And we'll see you tonight on Hollywood Boulevard in front of the corrupt Scientology Center.
And we have so many.
Stamping out corruption requires us to confront what's in front of us. It requires us to confront the facts. And the facts are the facts, and they need to be exposed. And all these people cannot be cradled and canoodled and goo goo gaga for whatever in the hell they want to do. given that they did expose kids, and they're exposing kids as we speak, and there's underage kids that have been signed into the Sea Org inside of that center from disgusting hell. So yes, the center is emptying, as you guys seen. Sebastian is nowhere to be found now. Literally 1 week, ethics is where Sebastian is, probably never to be seen again after he's become so famous. So that's what we're protesting. We're protesting the blatant corruption. We're protesting the fact that none of these centers can literally have a shred of scrutiny because their scam could not be more allergic to being scrutinized because it all falls apart. So thank you guys so much for joining us on this live, and we are going to see you extremely soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.